welcome back to another episode of the Energizer Pod. You already know the thing, Energizer Pod, a podcast that leaves you charged up. I'm here today with the two hosts, obviously myself and Tavon.
Come on in the building,
you already
episode 2.
And today we got a special guest, boy.
Very special
Let me just pause you right there, bro, yeah? We're making history right now, you understand? You see history, we're making it right now, you understand? We got Tazzy in the building. Introduce yourself, my bro. Come on,
obviously, Tazzy, West Finest, away from the hood, you get me?
You already know. Jeez! Alright, cool. So
listen, little background though.
Yeah.
See, Taz, I've known Taz for years.
Yeah,
so when I first started Trendsetter, Taz is probably the main guy who's been pushing Trendsetter from the beginning. So
that's what we love to see,
it's
man.
More than a friendship. This guy's my brother. You get me? So
that's what I love to see, man. Obviously, my first time meeting Tazzy, legend already. You already know the thing, but yeah. Before we get into it, man. Let's just have a little recap, Carl. We ain't done this for a minute, innit? It's been a good, you know what I mean, a long sex. So, how's life, man, for the both of you, man? What's new? What's happening?
Steady, life's moving in the right direction at the moment.
Yeah.
In terms of Trendsetter, and personally as well, man's moving.
That tracky is hard, bro. Can't lie.
Listen, okay, I work for a reason, so you lot can know.
Serious, I can't lie, bro. I'm very putting up my man. You're probably thinking, why is this guy looking at me like that?
I work for a reason. Do you get me? So,
yeah.
In terms of Trendsetter, we're moving. Personally moving, but yeah, what about you guys, though, man?
Go on, Tazzy.
Here, man, literally working, trying to put some things in order for next year and whatnot. New music, literally just been a part of a short film.
We're gonna talk about that.
Yeah, hold your horses, man. Cool off, man. You get me? Yeah, cool off. But I'll go in it. So yeah, my life's good, man. Like I'm doing my thing. Mentally, I'm good. Just been recovering recently, obviously, as you will know, because Tay was there. I had my fight, so done my Muay Thai thing. I had to lick a boy down and thing. You know my thing. Alright, cool. Let's do this now. So what? Background, yeah. I've been fighting for about 6 years on and off. So my history in fighting and martial arts, should I say, 4 years or 5 years actually in kickboxing. I started when I was 12 years old. I took a break when I went to college, so I was just like just took a break, let's just say, innit. Kind of went down the wrong path, whatever. And then since I'd say the start of this year, I got back into it. But instead of doing kickboxing, I got into Muay Thai. The difference between the two, kickboxing, yeah, man. So the difference between the two, kickboxing being, you know, in the name, boxing, where obviously kicks involved, like roundhouse kicks, etc. Muay Thai is all of that. So boxing, punches, kicks, grappling, also known as clinching, knees and elbows. So it's a bit more street fighting, you could say. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I had my first amateur fight, my debut amateur fight about 3 weeks ago now. First time in a cage as well, which was a good experience. So yeah, it was proper still, man.
So what was the result, bro? Tell them what the result.
You already know, man. You see any bruise from my thing, get me? I'm joking, man.
See when they say it's the best till last year?
Yeah.
That was an example of that day. Your fight was last in the day.
Yeah, it was last, man.
Came down there early, probably. What time did I get there?
But we got there like 11.
About 11. Didn't leave there till about
4:30. Like my fight went till like 3:50.
He was the last fighter, and it was the best fight in that 100.
I can't lie. Let me not toot my own hood, yeah. Yeah, it was proper. You see the fight, yeah. So like, where's my first amateur fight? Yeah, like the organization wasn't great. I'll be real. Like I didn't really have a time. I didn't know like, oh, Ty, you're fighting from this specific time. So I just knew when to be there when it started. So I was there from 9 a.m. waiting around the whole day, trying to keep my family cool. See, I had people come and Tay, and other friends came. But yeah, there was like 30 fights. So there was BJJ fights. So BJJ is like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Okay. It was a bit dead, didn't it? The BJJ weren't really. Bro. Yeah, it was. Do you know what it is? BJJ is a good sport, yeah, but in terms of entertainment, it's not there because it's more technical ground and submissions and long. But then towards the end of the day, when me and my team, my camp started coming on, we was doing obviously Muay Thai, which is a lot more entertaining. I was the last fight. I wasn't even meant to be the last fight, so I feel like that's just the universe. Like I was waiting there for like 6 hours. Like obviously everyone's going up. I'm like, Ross, man's next. Like, what if I get licked? What if I do this? But you know what I mean? I read something, like the night before my fight, and it was like, when it comes to this fighting thing, the winner really and truly is the person who wants it more. Like, how badly do you want it? Do you know what I mean? When you get into the ring, I've trained just like my opponent would have trained, but who wants it more? And I wanted it more. I was hungry. Do you know what I mean? I had about 30 people come to see me, and there's no way I'm in that car journey home with an L.
I was with my cousin on the drive down there. Yeah. I was saying to my cousin, listen, Tyler best not have walked into this place.
It was far as well, bro.
I drove far, bro. I woke up early for this. You get me?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, my boy brought it home.
Literally, man. But yeah, it was good, man. So the fight went quick. Like it was meant to be 3 rounds, 2 minutes for each round. After the second round, the opponent forfeited, innit? He said that I bust him eye, so he didn't want to carry on. But
you didn't want that.
Yeah, man, he didn't want it, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, listen, we're here today for Taz though. Yeah,
man.
So let's get into Taz and what he's doing.
It, man.
So the first thing I want to ask you, bro, is how long have you been doing music?
I've been making music, let's say, for about 5-6 years ish, something like that. But I've been in and around music and the performing arts since I was like 3 years old.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I did a little performing arts, theatre, things like that. Did a few, extras, short films and things like that.
Yeah. So you're just an all-round creative.
I guess so.
Yeah. That's what I like to hear, man.
From young.
From young, man. Yeah.
So let me ask you a question then, like, what inspired you to really get into this music thing? And like, let's look deep into it today, because so many black youths, being honest, like, probably 5 or 10 more guys who do music, as well, so do I. What separates you from the rest? And 2, what is your individual inspiration to this music thing?
Do you know what? That's a tough question. There's a lot of things that contribute to where I see myself and where I want to be. More so, it's about telling my story and changing my life. Do you know what I mean?
I like that.
It's a thing where I know where I'm at now and I know where I want to be. I don't want to stay in this position. So I'm using music as a means to, take me from here to there.
As a tool to get you from A to B. Yeah.
So obviously establishing myself as an artist, telling people who I am, how I've come about, and then, using my network around music and the wider performing arts industries and whatnot, and the businesses I have elsewhere to kind of elevate. Do you know what I mean? Bring myself and my family up and out of where we are to the next level. You get me?
So it's deeper than music. It's not just music itself.
Nah, man.
Yeah, and that's what I reckon is gonna make you go far, because it's not like it's music alone. You've got a reason behind it. Do you get what I mean? So definitely, bro. Definitely.
Yeah, that's proper. So let me ask you then, like, in terms of inspiration, could you say that there's maybe like an artist? So just to clarify, you're from a Caribbean background, yeah? So we all growing up, parents got on a little Beres Hammond, a young Sanchez, you know what I mean? Yeah, all of them thing there, yeah? So like, let's just say artist-wise, what type of genre inspired you to be like, I'm looking at this artist performing now, mum's got the radio, the CD decks playing.
I listen every Sunday, every Saturday, CDs are run.
Yeah, tune, rhythm my run, you know what I mean? Rhythm my run down.
Trust me. Yeah. I'll be there by the
yeah, you know.
I listen Big Bird to Levi, Beres Hammond, all of them, Taurus Riley, she's right.
Yeah.
What it is, man, grew up on all of those kind of tunes, you know what I mean? Proper Caribbean roots, you understand? Obviously, go on.
And I was saying this to you in the car, like, I can hear that in your music, the dancehall element, you get me? It's not dancehall music, but you can hear the little bits of dancehall in it, you get me?
So, do you know what? It's a combination of so many things. It's like the rare groove, it's the soca, the calypso. Obviously, I'm Grenadian, innit? So, we got 473 one time to get me. Oh my bad. But yeah, obviously it's like, it's a part of me. It's not just the music. It's literally a part of
culture.
who I am. Do you know what I mean? It's how I am, the way I am today. Do you understand? So you hear it in the way I talk, the way I sing, the way I rap, like constantly. But yeah, a lot of the R&B side of things, that it's all just, how do I explain it? I guess all the different genres are different ways of expressing. That's what I'd say.
That's interesting. So let's look more deeper into that. Yeah, what would you say? So say me, I've never come across your music. Yeah, what genre? What genre is it? Or is it too many? You dabble in a little bit of this, that, and the third. You know what I mean?
That's an interesting question. What genre would you say your music is?
Boy, that's a hard one to say as well. To be honest, I think I've done a bit too much. It's like, let's just say,
alright, let's not compile it into one. Give me like 3, for example, genres that you see yourself, or you already are kind of getting into. R&B, strong.
You can say like a melodic drill. Obviously UK rap. That's kind of like the basic foundation. But in terms of like vocals and singing, I'd say like dancehall / R&B-ish. Yeah, that's proper. And then you got like the melodic drill element that you said there as well. So what made you like, so in terms of like the drill, so I don't have like a thing against drill because I listen to it myself, but like one topic I did want to cover today was like the impact of drill, for example. So like when you say melodic drill,
So let's say I've never listened to any of your music before in my life. Yeah, is it angry drill, ching man, rap, do that, all that strippiness, or what is it? What type of drill?
Do you know what it is? For me, I class drill as the beat, the BPM, what makes the sound. You get it?
Okay.
Obviously, drill started in Chicago. We can go into all of that. Do you understand? But it's about how you approach. It's like, okay, cool. This is the canvas. What are you gonna paint on it? Do you understand?
Okay, strong.
Yeah, I like that one still.
Get me? This is just the composition. But what am I gonna do with this composition? I'm gonna tell my story using a certain flow, or a certain melody, or certain whatever. Do you understand? A lot of people choose to talk about this. They can talk about that. Do you understand? A lot of people, it's either an expression. A lot of people, it's boasting and gloating. If I'm honest, I don't really care about the boasting and gloating because.
Music speaks for itself.
Do you understand?
Strong.
For me, I'll come on a Joe instrumental, and more time I'm a singer in it. I sing. Obviously, I rap sometimes, but it's like I'm gonna approach it according to me. Do you know what I mean? Who I am, where I've come from, what I've experienced. I'm not really about the man did this and man did that, or man's rapping. I don't care.
Yeah,
I'm honest, like
you're unique.
Yeah,
I like that.
Touching on unique, something that you mentioned as well is singing. Yeah, and a lot of people that it's different. It's different because you sing and you rap. You sing and you rap, and a lot of people might not know that. Yeah, but your vocals, bro, it's different. I'm not gonna lie. And I'm not just saying it because you're my boy, bro. Your vocals are different. You get me? So
I appreciate
yeah, you got the best of both worlds.
I got a question, and so like looking into the singing, the singing thing. Yeah, what made you choose to like? So you got like rap, you got singing. What made you wanted to sway more to the singing side?
Do you know, if I'm honest, man, I've been a singer from early, like from young. You get me? I think like my mum saw that from young and just put me into the performing arts side of things. She said, "Yeah, that's you." My granddad could sing, my mum could sing. Like I just know too many singers in the family, so it's like always something I've heard and processed. Like growing up, obviously listening to all the songs I used to listen to growing up, I kind of just trained myself subliminally. Do you know what I mean? I've been singing the songs, whatever. But as I grew up and I understood the industry a bit more, I said, right, okay, let me not limit myself. Let me learn how to rap. A lot of my friends around me were rapping. Do you get me? I used to go to the youth center, go to the studio to record, and I was kind of one of the only singers in it. So obviously big up my boy DC, you get me? Don't know, obviously one of the coldest brothers I know, you get me? Learn a few things from him, learn a few things from the people around me, you get me? And just thought, let me just develop myself, develop my sound, know who I am as an artist and as a person, and bring that forth, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's proper. Would you say that, do you feel like, in a sense, regarding the singing stuff, that there's a bit of a gap in the market for you being like a young black individual in the scene?
Would you say a gap in the market? Not quite. I guess what makes it difficult is at times as a singer, it's hard to... Okay, cool. At times as an artist, you're trying to keep up with the industry, right?
Yeah.
You're trying to match what's hot in the market right now.
Yeah.
Obviously, a lot of the things that I might create or I might make or record, I can't always just slot in right there because it's not
the right time.
Yeah. You know what I mean? It's sticky, it's techy. It's like, bro, I can imagine even sometimes when it comes to certain clothes that you're making, you get me? You might have a new design that you want to put out there, but it's like, okay, cool. It's not the right time.
Yeah. Right product, wrong time. Yeah. So I hear that.
That's interesting still. But you see with this rap thing, like, so like you said, you rap and you sing. Obviously, you sway more to the singing stuff. Do you feel like, so let me flip the question on its head. Do you feel like the rap scene, in terms of like young black boys just going into the thing to do drill and rap, do you think that's a bit saturated? Like, is that maybe what kind of contributed to you choosing the singing route as like your main?
Do you know it is? I wouldn't. Do you know it is? It is quite a bit saturated. There's a lot of people doing the same thing in it, but I don't blame them because a lot of people, it's the only thing they're seeing. If you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's what's hot at the moment, and I guess a lot of people right now are trying to tell their story in the best way they know how. It's an expression, like I said.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? A lot of people have gone through stuff or literally just want to express their life through that means. You know what I mean? I'd say I'm more on the singing side because that's what I know. That's like, I'm a singer.
That's your foundation.
That's my thing, literally my foundation. I've kind of just developed over time and I can do this like this and do this like that. More so I started rapping kind of just to test myself and also to show that there's a bit more to me. There's more to me than I thought and more to me than everyone else thought too.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
That's powerful,
Get
man.
me? Like, it comes out in my music at sometimes. You hear me kind of saying certain things and get me, but
yeah.
So in terms of the music industry, you said you've been doing this for a while now, 5-6 years. What's some of the challenges that you face? Because as we all know, you can be doing something, but you're always gonna go through some challenges. You get me? So talk us through some challenges that you've gone through.
Too many challenges. Do you know what's mad? All right, put it down to this. Obviously, when I first started making music, I used to go to my youth centre to record and whatnot. Obviously, I wasn't really in a position to go and pay big money to go record this and whatever. Do you know what I mean? So one of the first things is just finding a studio that I can record at. Do you know what I mean? That's what some of the that's the biggest problem that most young artists face. They don't know where to go, who to talk to, and how to actually get that ball rolling. After that, you're thinking about the instrumentals, paying for the instrumentals, whether you're getting a lease, whether you're getting a this, whether you're getting a that, and then just the copyrights and everything that comes after it. Like, you can make a song today, get a beat off YouTube, someone else buys that beat, puts it out there, and
it's over.
You can't
and now you're fucked.
You know, it's magic. You see, looking at an artist, you will see just the song, but there's a lot more behind it.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. Sorry to interrupt. Because like, even for me, I didn't even know all of this stuff you're talking about now. Like, obviously, I'm not a rapper, I'm not in this music stuff. So I just listen to the thing when I'm in the whip, just Spotify playing. You know what I mean? So like, what's the build up from like you said, picking a beat on YouTube to like getting it out there on Spotify or YouTube, for example? Like, what's the steps?
Well, first of all, it's like you need to know where to go to get these things. So you need to go through a distribution platform. So there's a few. There's DistroKid, which I'd recommend. There's CD Baby. There's TuneCore. There's so many more. So you
quickly, bro, tell them what a distribution platform is.
So a distribution platform is basically like a subscription service where an artist, creative, label, etc. can pay monthly, yearly to upload their music and distribute it across all digital platforms. So your Spotify, your Deezer, your Apple Music and things like that. So yeah, you can even get your stuff, you know, you see when you're on Instagram and you have certain songs that you can just add to your story, all those kind of things, you know what I mean? But yeah, so I guess it's like, do you know what it is? You have to educate yourself when it comes to the industry. Any industry that you're getting into, you need to know what it is that you're getting into. Do you know what I mean? So distribution platforms, releasing your music, having the right leases so that, all right, cool, you can have this certain amount of streams until you have to get another lease to cover streams elsewhere and things like that. It's very technical. It's very technical. There's a lot of little bits and pieces. Yeah, it's
a lot more than meets the eye kind of thing. Because like all this stuff about distribution platform stuff, I didn't even know. Like I didn't know there's so many like steps and potential obstacles that can come in the way between you and just having a free form of creative expression. Do you know what I mean? To getting it out there from yourself to the people.
It's more than just. Do you know what it is? There's the making the music, then there's the putting it out there.
Yeah.
Get me? Making the music could be easy. You might find an instrumental, spend an hour writing, and then boom, the song's there. Go record it now, the song's there. But okay, cool. Do I have the right to release this? Do I need to register my song? I need to have my PRS. I need to have my PPO. And what I like about the industry at the moment, and even just how the music industry in itself is evolving, is that artists and like creatives are better equipped to do things themselves independently. So I can go and put out a song myself if I really want to, unless as long as I have the means to do so, I can just go about doing it, if you know what I mean. I don't necessarily have to go to a label or have a manager. I just need to know what I'm doing.
So that's what I was going to ask you. I see the music industry, there's two routes you can kind of go down. The independent or like the label side of this thing. So what side are you on?
And what's your view?
Do you know what? I don't have anything against either of them. Like, being independent is great. Do you know what I mean? You control what you're doing. You have a creative control. You know, you can probably make more money too. But again, you can be an independent artist. You can release a track, own the rights to your track. You know, assign that to a label now for a space of a few years. Let's say 5-10 years. You can make some serious money and get your rights back and do what you need to do. Do you know what I mean? But again, it depends on the kind of artist you are and what you're doing. Do you know what I mean? Again, you can, you know, start releasing music, build up your portfolio, and the label will come and act as like an extra boost. Do you know what I mean? So you can have a contract with them, you might make albums, whatever it is, give you that extra boost now because they've got the means. Do you know what I mean? The 3 biggest labels own like 75% of the market. Why wouldn't you utilize that?
That's crazy.
Do you know what I mean?
Okay, so if a label approached you today and said, Taz, we've got this deal on the table, let's say a 5-year contract. Obviously there's loads of times that can come with that. But are you taking the deal or are you going to stick the independent route for now? Like, what's your plan?
I'd think about it. But if I'm honest, I'm trying to build up myself. Do you know what I mean? Build my brand, my image, so that when it comes to that point, I can kind of control what happens.
Because you have leverage, innit?
Do you understand?
Yeah. Can't lie. I expect you all to get it because this is, you've well thought out this music thing, do you know what I mean? You're not just into this, I do this, like, you know, your end goal, do you know what I mean? So, like, back onto that point about, like, raising yourself and, like, getting yourself out there as an independent artist. What is the importance of, like, what Tay said, ownership? So, like, are you forever going to be independent in that sense? Or, like, do you always want to own your stuff? Or...
Well, put it like this. So, I'm an artist and I'm also building up my own record label. And obviously I've got a team around me. Shout out Scarlet Snaps to get me. The one and only, my G. So yeah, the plan kind of is to establish myself, obviously, as an artist, establish my label, and I guess put everything under my own label. Do you know what I mean? So everything is owned by me, either through my label or through me being the artist that's procured everything or got everything sorted, if you know what I mean. But it's like, ownership is like a level of security. Yeah. So obviously, when you look at the industry, the music industry, it's actually a copyright industry. Most of the time, it's not money you're making from your streams or this or that. It's you owning the copyright to this thing, so you can control how it's copied, when it's copied. It's like you owning your logos. You control how it's distributed, how it's remade. Do you understand? You get me? Merchandise. If I control this, no one else can come and do this unless I assign them that or I license them this. Do you know what I mean? So, again, it's important. It's important. It's like owning your home. When you own your home, no one can come and take it away from you. Do you know what I'm saying?
I don't want to see this deep, boy. You know what I mean? I didn't know all of this. I was learning today, boy. Yeah, that's proper, man.
Ownership's key, man. I think ownership's key in whatever you're doing, to be honest. Because you got to think about it. If you're putting in all this work, bro, you want to be able to get the fruits of your labor. Do you understand what I mean? You don't really want to split it. Of course, a label can come in and they can benefit you in a certain way, but as long as they're not taking too much ownership, because I feel like that's the main thing.
Do you know, it's not a bad thing. It's like, for example, you can have a deal with a label, let's say 5 years, 10 years contract, they'll own the rights to your recordings. You guys can make a lot of money in that timing. Obviously, they make, depending on obviously the terms of the contract or options and things like that. Like, they can really grow, like help you grow and establish yourself. So when it comes to the end of that period of time now, like you can kind of do what you want. So I think Taylor Swift is re-recording all of her records after finishing contract with her label. But she's obviously changing the instrumentals, seeking a few lyrics and whatnot, so that she can put everything back out and keep 100%.
Whereas like the first time around she done it, she might only have 40%, for example.
Do you understand? Usually it's
that's
like
crazy.
a 75-25 split. So obviously a label can come to you and say, all right, cool, I want you to make an album a year, and we're going to have 3 options. So potentially you can be in this contract for 3 years. This is just making the albums, right? And then they'll have the rights for 10 years. They might give you, let's say, 100 grand to record, to travel, to live on, whatnot. All right? So you're making, let's just say 200 grand now. First of all, the money will come out for the recording costs, and then, you know, for the promotion, the marketing, etc., and blah, 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 blah. Maybe the numbers wasn't the best there, but I'm going to scrap that.
But yeah, cool. Let me ask you another question, yeah? So, like, you told me that you have your own record label, yeah? Am I right? What's the name of it? West Finest. Talk on that.
So, those who know me,
let me just take a look at the thing.
Those who know me, I've been saying West Finest, screaming West Finest for a very long time, innit? All my tracks, you'll probably hear it, but that's my label. It's also, you could say, how could you say it? It's a statement as well, if I'm honest. I believe, like, I'm one of the finest artists coming out from West London, and at the same time, there's a lot of fine artists coming out from West London around me too that I'd like to, you know, bring up with me. You feel me? But again, I don't see that as just a label. That's just a starting point. Obviously, I can't talk too much because I'll just be talking all the things.
Some things in the works and
But I feel like West London is underrepresented in the industry, and just in terms of all the stuff that goes on, like the creative aspects, you know what I mean? In terms of footballers, in terms of brands, in terms of musicians, in terms of so much more, do you know what I mean? So I kind of wanted to be that platform that allows everyone to kind of come
that raises awareness,
100%.
And I hear that because West London, it is pretty underrated. You don't hear a lot of artists coming out of West London. 100%. Of course, there are some now, do you get me? And the name West Finest is a strong name because it's just really letting people know that you're the one in West London. You know what I mean? You're the one. You know me? So yeah, strong, man.
And also, it's not even just a West London thing. Man's from the West Indies. How you
How you mean? Yeah, cuz. Yeah, man, that's proper still.
It's more than just here, man.
So do you feel like, so from the sounds of it, yeah, you seem like a very calculated individual when it comes to this music thing, which is good in the sense where like you know where you want to be. You've already put in certain things in place like the West Finest. You already know what you're talking about. Yeah, where do you see yourself in the next 2 years? Let's say it's December 2023. Yeah, where's West Finest and where's Tazzy within the music scene?
So by December 2023, EP should be out.
Strong.
Get me? I want to be performing at venues, selling out some shows. You know what I mean? Honestly, I've got a few artists that I'm working with that I'm planning to add to the roster. Hopefully have a few tracks out with them as well, some videos. I guess establishing stronger networks. I can't necessarily predict the future exactly, but in my head and obviously in my notebook, I've got a few things written down that I want to get done. But yeah, it's more so about establishing the label a bit more, having some artists under the roster, and kind of building that community of artists and creatives to kind of take everything to the next level. Yeah,
that's proper, man. Your question?
No, I have a question. You were about to jump in.
What was I gonna say? So yeah, regarding your music thing, yeah, bro, it's interesting still. I'm not gonna lie, like it's my first time sitting down and really like picking the brains of an actual artist. You know what I mean? So there's so many things I want to cover, and one question I do want to say as well, like, do you feel like what was I gonna say? Question gonna go out of my head, boy. So with your music, yeah, obviously like it's a job, but it's not a job. Would you kind of agree?
100%.
Yeah.
It's a full-time job.
Fair enough, full-time job, yeah. Do you feel like, regarding your music, you are just free to do and, like, create music how you please, or do you feel like you're a bit more calculated in the things that you put out, and why? Does that make sense?
In terms of the creative process, I feel like I'm quite free. Because I can sing, write, or rap about anything that comes to mind. Like, I'm chilling here, I'll just talk some nonsense, you know what I mean? 2 2's now, it's a song. But in terms of actually putting out there, you have to be so much more calculated. Because obviously, as an artist, what a lot of people don't realize is that you are a brand. Do you understand? When I step out and you see me, I represent me 24/7, no matter where I am, who I'm with, or what I'm doing. Do you know what I mean? So I need to act like that and be like that all the time. Yeah. And there's a lot of pressure on you. Do you know what I mean? Not just in terms of what you're producing, but who you are, how you're behaving, how you're acting, who you're around, the background, all these kind of things. Like, you're kind of always being judged or monitored, or what you want, like.
And I feel that heavily, bro. Even, sorry to interrupt you, but with Trendsetter, like, there's a certain way you need to move. Like, do you get me? Because you've got a brand that when people look at you, they're looking at your brand as well. Do you get me? You guys come together. So if you do something that's crazy, they're gonna look at your brand crazy. Do you understand what I mean? So it's about balancing and making sure that you're protecting the brand, but at the same time you're still doing your thing. Do you know what I mean?
And living life.
Yeah.
That's strong, man.
100%. It's crazy, but yeah, I'd say there's freedom on the creative side of things, but obviously when it comes to the technical and business side of things, you kind of need to move a little bit more clued up. Do you know what I mean? Especially on the other side of things, because your friends will support you, your brethren and whatnot, but there's a lot of people out here that don't know you and don't really care. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So if you slip up, it's like, it's nothing to them, but it's everything to you. Do you know what I mean? But also, even when it comes to the genre of music, it's like sometimes even when it comes to making Joe, for example, like what you're saying and how you're saying it can be used against you, and you know, when you're from here, you're from there, or you're fitting.
Political.
Do you understand? Yeah. But I'm not here for all of that. Man's here to do what I need to do.
Yeah, you're here for you, man.
Yeah. Get me?
And I respect that. I can't lie. Yeah. I do respect that, man.
So me, I've been quiet this interview because I've just been trying to take in what you're saying. I want to listen. Do you get me? But something happened that's big recently for you. Yeah. You've got a billboard, a picture of your face in your own area, bro. Do you get me?
I'm gonna stick this up in the edit. Yeah, I'm gonna put this one up still. Put the picture there.
I've been quiet because I just wanted to hear your side of the story, but now I'm gonna speak. Do you get what I'm saying? Bro, I'm proud of you for that, bro, because that's mad. You probably went down this road every day to go to school or whatnot. You went down this road all the time, and to see your face, like, there, like, everyone's right, like, it's mad, bro. It's mad. So, bro, big you up for that, man. So tell them about it.
That's amazing,
how
bro.
that came up.
Yeah, talk on that.
So obviously, how about this? For as long as I've been making music, I've been attending a youth center in the ends in Acton. Bollebrook Youth Centre. Big up everyone there. Do you know what I mean? All the people them. Done a lot of work. Through them, I've been able to do so many things creatively. You know, performed at Love Box, House of Commons, House of Vans, all sorts. You know what I mean? Serious plugins. So over the course of like lockdown, there's been loads of Zoom calls, and over the past few years, we've been working a lot of art, a lot of murals, mosaics, and things like that. They're all being showcased in the Pitts Hanger Manor and Gallery. Also worked on a short film. So over the past few years, I was talking to and working with an artist, Matt Small, and he, you know, put a mural together with me, and you know, it was crazy. He had it up at the St. George's National Football Stadium, so basically England's training ground throughout the Euro 2020s.
Bro, that's big.
So he made some of them too, and it's like I'll have to show you the DM, but he was like, basically when they're going into training, they just see it in my face, they're in it, and then their faces are all around too. It was mad. So everything's up on display now. Then like about 2-3 weeks ago, got a snap from one of my G's. He's like, "Rah, I'm just walking and I see your face on the main road." I'm like, "What? What are you talking about?"
What you on, bro?
Nothing like that. It's crazy.
So it wasn't even a thing that you knew about. You done it behind the scenes.
This is what I'm saying. I didn't even know, man. But it's like, rah, like, it's mad. It's mad. It's mad.
You think it's quite overwhelming? First of all, yeah, bro. Shake my hand. Not even a spud. Shake my hand, innit? You're doing your thing, bro. Can't lie. Big respect to yourself, man.
Love.
How did it feel when like you got that cool message from your brethren and he's like, "Rah, like man's walking past so and so and I'm seeing you." Like it must be very overwhelming.
Explain that feeling, bro.
Do you know what? It's like, you know when, alright, cool, think about it like this. When you're young and you know you're being ambitious and you're thinking, yeah, I want to work hard, I want to get to this level and whatnot. And it's like, I ain't got nowhere yet. You get me? If I'm honest, I still feel like I ain't no one yet. You get me?
That's how you're supposed to think, though.
Do you know what I mean?
You're supposed to think like that. And if you weren't thinking like that, you would be silly because you've capped yourself. You always need to be aiming ahead. So that's how you should be thinking.
Get me? It's like, for me, it was like heartwarming. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel appreciated and respected, not just for who I am, but for what I do. Do you know what I mean? And that means the most to me. Do you get it? It's like, yeah, cool, all of that, but like, right, this is where I'm from. Like, my face is here. I feel that love. Do you know what I mean? From where I'm from, and it's crazy. It's proper crazy, man. Proper crazy.
That's crazy, bro. Like,
it's mad. I don't even know what to say about it.
I couldn't even imagine what that must feel like, man. Like you must feel proper, like so proud of yourself. Do you know what I mean? Because I feel like, one, being an artist, like you already said this, you have a lot of pressure. It's a bit like you got constant spotlight on you. But two, being like a black youth, you know what I mean, just in today's society, all these pressures to get rich and be successful. So the fact that you can have like, you're in a pool of loads of other artists, you already feel under pressure, one, because of externally, and two, because you feel like you're not really getting as far maybe as you want to go and look back to where you've grown up and seen like a physical like visualization of your success and your progress so far. Like that must be proper. That's a big achievement, man, for real. Like well done again, man. Do you know what I mean? And only onwards and upwards from here, man.
100%. Hey, listen, if you guys get the chance, therefore go check it out. You get me? It's part of an exhibition called Who Are We? Navigating Race, Class and Culture. So obviously all the art together has been produced by the young people, you know, to kind of show their experiences growing up in London. Do you know what I mean? Life isn't easy out here. Do you know what I mean? And even us making it this far is a blessing. Lot. Trust me, 100%. Trust me, like it's not every day you see black faces up in art galleries and them kind of things. There,
it's
do
true.
You know what I mean?
It's sad, but it's true.
Hey, listen, it's mad. Trust me.
So then, cool, let's go into this now, yeah. So like, you're talking a lot about like your networks and stuff that you've made within your like creative life, let's just say. So let's talk about the music industry again. What type of challenges would you say that you have kind of faced since like getting into the music industry and like raising your profile even within the music industry?
Well, how about this? A lot of the time, you might network with someone, speak to someone, take their details and whatnot. You might not necessarily ever speak to them over time. 6 months later, a year later, but it's mad. When people see you after you've created okay, cool. For example, we've seen Trillery like how many times? Yeah. I met Trillery Banks the first time at Lovebox, and I've seen her at so many other different places. I may not necessarily have like a bond with her or might not be working with her, but the fact that she's seen me
your face,
and seen me at so many different places. Do you get me? It's like how do I explain it? It's not necessarily always like who you talk, like, how do I explain it? Being seen sometimes in the right places is the best thing, because people see that you're actively doing things. But in terms of network, the struggle is that sometimes it's like, cool, especially when you're young, a lot of people don't take you seriously.
100%.
Do you know what I mean? They'll see what you're doing, it's, keep what you're doing, whatever, and they won't chat to you again. Do you understand? So it's more so a thing of, you've met me, you've seen my face, and I'm happy with that. You know who I am. So when I come up now and you see me, I know who that is. I met this person there. Or this person was here. Oh, my man was hard, you know. Blah, 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 blah. Pull back up that message. This, 2-2s now. Yo, you free. This.
Do you know what it is? It's about knocking on doors. You see, if you knock on the door and they don't answer, but they've seen you though, next time you go and speak to them, bro, they're going to know who you are. They're going to know of you. Do you get me?
100%.
So you've already built a certain rapport. So the next time you're on this level, and this level, and this level, you keep building. Do you get what I mean? So, yeah, man.
100%.
That's proper, man. So
I feel like I didn't answer that question properly still. Sorry, ask the question one more time.
So what type of challenges would you say that you faced being in the music industry so far?
Well, how about this? One of them's always going to be financial. Not everyone has the financials to do everything they like to do, and sometimes that can set you back a bit. But at the same time, it kind of lets you go back to the drawing board so that you can achieve something. Maybe not now, maybe next week, maybe next month, maybe next year. Do you understand? In terms of network, I think sometimes it's just maintaining that network, because you can speak to someone, meet them today, and like I said, not speak to them for a while. And I guess sometimes just getting people to take you seriously.
So just let people know that you're really into this thing, like for the long run, not just no little 1-hit wonder thing.
But I guess you just gotta let the work do that talking. Do you know what I mean?
Actions speak louder. I always say that.
That's strong.
Actions speak louder.
110%.
So if they don't hear you, you need to show them that. Listen, I'm here for a long time. Do you get what I'm saying?
So I got a question. So like, again, obviously regarding the music and stuff like that, like how frequently do you drop music or plan to drop music? And then my follow-on question from that would be like, do you feel like consistency, what's the importance of consistency when dropping music?
Do you know what's mad?
Yeah.
I feel like that's one of the things I probably beat myself up about the most, being consistent.
Yeah.
But if I'm honest, life takes over at times, innit? Do you get me? In every aspect, like no matter what you're doing, when life takes over, innit? I'd say for the past 2-3 years, I probably dropped about a song a year, maybe 2 songs. But I should be dropping songs like every 6 weeks, if I'm honest. That's kind of the plan going into the new year. But obviously this year I've dropped more on it, so I'm kind of getting myself back into that groove. You feel me? It can be challenging though, because again, there's a lot of little technical aspects that go towards it. Do you know what I mean? You can't just drop songs anywhere, anyhow, and expect it not to be taken down, especially if you haven't got the rights to do certain things, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can't just do what you want, do you know what I mean?
So your main thing right now is consistency, just hitting them over and over again.
100%.
Okay, and I think, to be honest, I feel like that's the only thing that's holding you back. Do you get me? Because the talent's there. Do you know what I'm saying? The talent's there, the music's there, it's just hitting them consistently. Do you get me? And once you get that, bro, you're gone. Do you get me? So
and I feel like that's why I was raising that question about like consistency, because not only do I feel like that is like something that's kind of like transparent with not just music but life, like you know what I mean? You don't even need to be, when your case, like Tay already said, and I back him 100%, you already got the talent there, do you know what I mean? But the fact, consistency is so hard, and it's like the leading component that can get you to reach a level of success across any board, across your clothing brand, across the Energizer, across music, do you know what I mean? Consistency. Like, I'll give the example of like one of my close friends, he's like my family, like everything but blood, he's also on this music thing. And maybe it's my fault, because as I'm asking you questions, I'm realizing I'm coming across as a bit ignorant to him, because I don't know that there's all these components that lead up to dropping a song. It's not just record and drop, do you know what I mean? So like, I'm saying to him, bro, drop. I'm hegging, always on his thing. He's getting vexed, like, bro, leave me now, you know what I mean? But I just want him to do well. I just want him to put his talent that he's sending to me on the WhatsApp audio or rare-tete. I want that to be out there. Let everyone hear that, do you know what I mean? But like you're telling me now, like, one, it's not as easy as just dropping every 6 weeks, even though that would be your ideal. But two, like, there's so many different components that lead up to the every 6 weeks drop. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, man, there's a lot more to this music stuff that meets the eye, man.
And I feel that even with clothing, people will say, listen, Tay, you need to drop tracks, you have to tracks. where it's different. It's not like that. Do you get what I mean? Like there's loads of components that come in it, dealing with manufacturers, the shipping times. Like there's loads of things. So there's loads of things you need to get in place for you to keep on dropping consistently. Do you get what I mean? Yeah.
I got another question. Question after question today, boy. So like, back onto the point about your personal brand. So we was talking, and Tay was even saying like him repping Trendsetter, he has to move a certain type of way. 100%. You being an artist, you have to move a certain type of way. Even now, me having and Tay having this platform, do you know what I mean? We have to still move a certain type of way. Yeah. What do you feel like it's harder now in 2021? Like, being a musician in a sense where not only are you an artist, you're also a person, you're like a public figure, a personal brand. Do you feel like that's a bit difficult at times, like having to keep up with that social presence, even though you could be the most introverted person in the world, but if you're on this music thing, it's forcing you to bring out the extroverted side out of you.
Introverted with music. Obviously there are a couple introverted artists, but it's hard to be introverted and be an artist. You need to be out there.
Literally, unless you're established, it's hard to be like you said, the introvert. Like, if I'm honest, if you know me, you know I'm cool in it, I'm social, whatever. But if you don't know me, I'm anti. Do you know what I mean? I don't just to everyone, do you know what I mean? But it's like, sometimes I'll just disappear and then I'll come back when I'm dropping music. Do you know what I'm saying? That's the kind of person I am. But obviously I'm learning to work that. Do you know what I mean? But it's like a big demand. Like, people want to see what you're doing, how you're doing it all the time. I can't always be that present. Do you know what I mean? Just because of who I am and the way I operate. Do you know what I mean? I guess also it's a thing like, I don't know, I guess with social media and all these kind of things, it's just a lot, man. It's just a lot.
So a question I want to ask you, how important do you feel that social media is in terms of helping you with your music career? Like, do you use social media a lot? Or do you feel like it's not really needed?
I'd say it's definitely a very useful tool. Very useful tool. You just need to use it well. Do you know what I mean? It's like if I'm honest, I could be on TikTok just doing the mad thing to push my music. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? But I just haven't fully locked into that as of yet.
I've
seen
a lot of people blow from TikTok as well.
Trust me.
Ardy, he's one of them.
Ardy's been cold from
He's hard.
Trust me.
But he used TikTok very well to market his songs, even with the dances as well. Do you get me? I feel like that's what's really put his career to the next level. 100%. TikTok's proper.
It's about using the tools, man. Literally using the tools.
I got a question on that note. Yeah, what type of how do you market your music then? So are you someone who actively uses TikTok to kind of push your?
If I'm honest, I don't really use TikTok. I don't really use TikTok as much. I've tried to recently, but I'm not active on it, if I'm honest. I'm also use Instagram, Snapchat. Do you get me? Do you know what it is? Coming up as a musician, I was that person that no one liked because I'd send my music shamelessly. Do you understand? I'll send my music to every single person on my Snap, every person on my WhatsApp, every person on my Instagram, and I didn't care. Once you've seen it, it's enough for me because you know it's there. Do you understand? Whether you go and click on it now, whether you chat about me to your brethren, whether you send it to this person and laugh at, man, you're contributing to what I'm doing. Do you get me?
100%.
The fact is that I put something in your head.
Subconsciously, without them even knowing.
This is what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. So when they see your name next time, they're like, "Rah, I've seen this name before."
Do you understand?
So
and I'm with that, man. You gotta support yourself shamelessly. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, man. 100% on your thing.
Exactly.
Do you understand? If not, who else is gonna take you seriously?
Exactly, literally, man. So that's proper, man. So cool. On the way out, at this episode, 2 things. So firstly, what's coming up? What's upcoming? Tell the audience watching now.
Alright, boom. So obviously I literally just dropped a recent track, Never Ends, featuring my boy Cutlass. Go check that out on all digital platforms. Obviously we got another audio coming soon. Get me? Hopefully end of the year, start of the next year. Look after that one. It's called Void, but I'm not gonna say too much yet.
Okay,
you feel me?
Something in the works.
Something in the works. Something in the works.
Yeah. So I like to hear. Right, cool. And before we do, on our way out, tell them something. So you told them that on the Energizer, we like to just leave with one Energizer, literally. So just tell them anything. Anything in the world that comes to your mind. It can be music related, Tazzy related, anything.
Boy. Alright, boom. Have faith in yourself and go hard for you.
I like that one.
Do you know what I mean? Go hard for you, innit? Like, you need to be 100% committed to you and being the best version of you. If not, then what's the point? Do you get it? If you're not putting 100% into you, then you can't put nothing into anything else.
And you basically said it. You probably know this
That's
very
strong.
well. FCHW, faith, consistency, hard work. And we touched on consistency, we touched on faith, hard work. Do you get me? It's important. I feel like those 4 things there is what will put you in the right place.
Trust me, bro.
See, I second that. I'll give you
So he's telling them something now. Yeah. So yeah, no, that's good, man. The faith thing, faith, consistency, hard work. For me, boy, just following along the topic of today, I would say if you have someone in your network, your close friend, family, or whoever it is who's on this music thing, support them and listen to them the way that you would listen to Digga D's new track. Do you know what I mean? You don't even know who the blood clot you are. You know what I mean? Support your people, man, because I feel like the strength in numbers, and just by listening to Tazzy talking on this platform today is proper, like, just inspiring me, man. Like, all the people that I know in my networks who are on this music thing, I salute you, man. And Tazzy, I salute you as well. So, yeah.